Welcome to qnawire.
Okay, this time they want us to write a program that calculates energy needed to heat water from an initial temperature to a final temperature. Okay, let's see. They give us a sample output. Let's see. What is this program going to need to do? Well, it's going to need to get an initial temperature from somewhere. They say I should prompt the user. So prompt user for temperature. Oh no, the amount of water for amount of water in kilograms and the initial and initial and final temperatures. Okay. Then we're going to calculate, let's see, the energy needed using the formula Q is equal to M times final temp minus initial temp times a 4184 constant. So what is M? Oh, this is actually the amount of water. So let's see. Lastly, we're going to need to display the output. And I gave us an example of the program running once, so we should match that exactly. First, they're going to prompt for the amount of water. So we're going to get, we're going to want to evaluate as a number, not a string. So we're going to have to call evaluate on that. That'll make it nice and simple. And we're going to want to specifically say, enter the amount of water in kilograms. Okay. And let's see. Okay, so we've asked for the amount of water. With the statement, enter the amount of water in kilograms. Now they ask for the initial temperature in a specific way. We're going to get a string when we ask for input, so we should call eval on that to turn it into a number. Let's see, it works for decimal input. We're going to ask specifically, enter the initial temperature. I guess they know what units they're going to be using. And then let's see. Final temp. It's going to be evaluated, the same input string. And we're going to ask the user to enter the final temperature. After we calculate, we're going to display, so we're going to call print to the console. We're going to say the energy needed is, and then we should display our calculated final temperature or energy. We're going to need to calculate that, but that energy is going to be a number, so we should turn it into a string before we send it to the console. And now let's see. Using our formula, energy is the amount of water times the difference of the final temp times the initial temp times 4184. Now let's try to match their input and see what we get. 55.5 for the amount of water in kilograms. We're going to continue to run the program. They want us to enter the initial temperature now. Well, why don't we enter 3.5? And what did they enter for final temperature? 10.5. So let's enter that as well. And let's see, our calculation number matches their output. Okay, so that's how we write the program. 3-step process. Get our input, make sure we turn it into a numeric answer. And then after we've done that, we're going to calculate using our scientific formulas. We're going to display that to output. We're going to use the console in our case, and we're going to need to make sure everything turns to strings. Turn everything to strings.